Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a sleeper train for all of your city building needs. In this tutorial, not only will I show you how to make the train itself, but I will show you how to make 3 separate carriages. The first carriage will contain all of the rooms and bathrooms for the guests. The second carriage is a dining car with chairs and tables, and the third carriage is an entertainment carriage where we have a piano and a bar. Before we make this, I would highly recommend that you pair this with the train station that I recently posted to the channel. These two builds kind of go hand in hand, and I specifically built tracks of this size to accommodate the train that we are about to make. This, of course, is not required, but I did design and build these two things together. Here are some of the materials that we will use throughout the build. And here are the rest of them. If you haven't built the train station and thus don't have any tracks to make the train on, you can easily whip up some tracks by placing 2 parallel rows of grey concrete together, spaced 3 rows apart. First of all, we will make the train. Begin by placing a piston upon our train tracks. Place a stone slab behind it, and extend the slab over to the right until we hover over the opposite side of the tracks, and then place a piston in front of the slab. We then want to extend the center 3 slabs 1 row down, like this, and then we want to place a green terracotta on top of each of our pistons. Extend the terracottas back and up on both sides, like so. We are then going to place a polished blackstone in this position. We then want to extend forwards by 1, up 2, extend right and left by 1, like this. We are also going to extend this 1 row forwards and place upside down and regular polished blackstone stairs in such a way that we form a circular shape. We also want to place a polished blackstone button here and here, and then orientating to the side of the train, we then want to place a row of green terracotta along the top of the back of our circle, and an additional terracotta here and here. We then want to grab green concrete and place 3 green concrete extending back from here, 1, 2, 3, and also on the opposite side, 1, 2, 3. Then place a green terracotta behind the concrete and extend down, and then right by 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then left 2, 1, 2. Place a glass in the center, and do the same on the opposite side. So green terracotta, extend up, back 2, down 2, and then forwards 2, with a glass in the center. Next, we are going to place a piston here and here, specifically facing this way out of the back of the train. Next, we are going to use either stone or oak planks to extend the bottom center of the train backwards, like this, until we fill in between the pistons. This creates the base of the inside of the train. Next, we are going to fill this gap in here with mangrove planks. We then want to place a grindstone here, here, and here, specifically facing this way in these positions. Place stone slabs here and here, and replace this mangrove and this mangrove with anvils. to give us this. We want to do the same on the opposite side. So fill this gap in with mangrove, and then place a grindstone here, here, and here, with slabs in between, and then let's exchange these mangrove for anvils. We place the anvils after because they can be a little bit finicky, and so can the grindstones actually. Next, we are going to move inside of the train, and we are going to fill these first 3 rows in using green terracotta, like this. We also want to add mangrove stairs here and here, and place green concrete in between. We then want to place a bell here in this position, with a black concrete here, and a hopper on top. That will give us this. We also have to seal up the top of the train as well, so we are going to connect the top back part of the cab together using green terracotta, and we will also add a row here and here. And whilst we're doing this, we will also add smooth stone slabs extending out of the back like this. And we also want to clad the bottom of the cab with spruce trapdoors. I want you to take note that next to the doorway here, and here, we have left it alone. Next, we are simply going to add an oak door here, with iron bars either side. On top of the train, we want to place 3 polished blackstone in this position, with upside down polished blackstone stairs all the way around, just like so. Next, we are going to head inside and add a very basic interior. So to begin, we just want to remove these 2 green terracottas and this one as well. Place a magma block here in this gap, with a furnace in front of it, and if you do want to see the magma block, we will also have to just excavate this a little bit as well. But I don't like the fact that the entire thing is kind of like on show, so maybe a stone slab just so that kind of covers it a little bit. A stairs block would also work nicely too, just so that we can kind of see it. And we want to attach a hopper to the furnace. I think that actually looks pretty good. Next to here, we will place some coal with spruce trapdoors in front. We will place item frames with iron shovels inside of them. And finally, we will add a chest here. If you wanted to, you could add a villager working in the front of the train. I think that we might actually do that later, but for now, the ing would be a little bit annoying. And also, just so that I don't forget later, I'm going to place levers next to these pistons and activate them. One final touch before we move on. Remove this stone block and this stone block, and place levers there instead. Activate the levers to push the pistons out, and attach a chain to each one of the pistons. That is the entire train portion of this tutorial complete. Now let me show you how to make the carriages. I think it's worth mentioning that no matter what we put in the carriage, the outer dimensions of it remain the same, so we will be repeating this 3 times in total. Once again, if you have to refer to a certain part of this tutorial, it will be time-stamped down below in the description. Step 1. To make the carriage, we first of all have to place pistons along our track. We want to place them so that they are 1 row away from our chains, so that when we activate them with a lever, they will connect to the next part of the train seamlessly. We then want to place green terracotta on the pistons and then extend along the tracks by 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We then want to extend up to, and then extend all the way to the front, and then connect down. We then want to place a glass block, every other block, to fill in this gap with green terracotta in between. We then add stone buttons in between all of the windows, just like this. And of course, now that we have done that to that side of the train, we want to do the exact same thing to this side. We place a green terracotta on top of our piston, extend all the way backwards, extend up to, extend all the way forwards, and join down. We then place a glass block every other block in between these rows of green terracotta, and then fill the gaps in with green terracotta, and place stone buttons in between the glass blocks. We then want to place oak planks in between our front pair of pistons and extend the oak planks all the way backwards along the inside of our train, stopping all the way here at the back, and now we can place a piston here and here. We also want to place a row of green terracotta on either side, connected together at the top, just like so. Then we can place a door here, smooth stone slabs in front of the door, iron bars here and here, and then let's go over to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. So green terracotta here and here, connect across the top, door here, 3 smooth stone slabs here, iron bar here and here, and then we want to place spruce trapdoors along the base of our carriage, just like this. And then we want to flip them all up. Along the side of the train, we want to place a grindstone behind each one of our pistons, once again facing this way specifically. And then we place 1, 2, 3 stone slabs in between the pistons. Then we place another grindstone, just like this, and then we fill that gap in with stone slabs. The end result will be this, which we of course want to apply to the opposite side as well. Next, we are going to fill the entire top of the carriage in using green terracotta. This sits directly above the 3 empty rows at the top of the carriage. We then want to apply spruce slabs along the top sides of the green terracotta and extend these slabs outwards once you reach the end, and then extend in, up, and then join together like this. This will be easier to see on this side, just like so. If you want, you can even peak the roof up. I did consider this, extending it all the way to the front, and you kind of create a more traditional roof. You may or may not like that better. I actually, funnily enough, prefer this, kind of a more flat roof, but you guys know I love to give you options. And we want to add a lantern here and here, just at the ends of the carriage. And last but not least, before we move on, we will want to activate the pistons. So we will remove this, place levers here instead, activate the levers. This is kind of tricky from this angle. We may even have to remove these slabs. And you will notice that in the position that we place the pistons, we will connect to the next part of the train. And theoretically, let's say that this train only has 1 carriage, you wouldn't bother activating these pistons at the back, but we know that we are going to have at the very least 2 more carriages. So I am preemptively just going to activate these sets of pistons here, so here and here. Once again, this is kind of tricky to see, but there we go, perfect. And I'll even place the chains. And as you guys know, we are going to need 2 more of these. So 1 and 2. The first carriage that we are going to decorate is the guest carriage. This is where all of the guest rooms will be. First of all, we are going to enter the train and place a chest here in this position with a tripwire hook above it, and a chest here in this position with a tripwire hook above it. Next to these chests, we will place a row of green terracotta that extends from the floor to the ceiling and extend that row outwards. We will do this on both ends of the train. Starting over here on the left side, we do have to be specific. We are going to leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, and then we will place another 2 rows of green terracotta. We then want to leave a gap of 2 again, 1, 2, and then place another 2 rows of terracotta. This means that this end room here is slightly larger. That is exactly what we're looking for. At the top of this end room, we want a row of glass connecting the green terracotta together, and for the other rooms, we want a similar sort of setup. So we connect the terracottas together at the top, and then we extend a glass down here on the left side. So what we are then able to do is, in each of these 2 smaller rooms, we want to add a bed, a chest, and a tripwire hook, and, if you like, a small painting. My preference would be a 1x1 or something like this. So we will do this for both of these small rooms. You just have to place the tripwire hook where you can get it. And then we have to give each of these rooms a door, like so. And we are going to clad the base of these using spruce trap doors, just like this. So we could wrap this onto the side as well, but it's really cramped in here. Unfortunately, I can't really give you a better view of it without ripping the side of the train off, but these are the 2 guest bedrooms, and you can even label these if you like. So on the glass, maybe like bedroom 1 and bedroom 2, or above the door, or to the side, or wherever you like, really. Which leads us onto this end room. So this end room is a small bathroom. We will place a cauldron here with a tripwire hook above it, an upside down andesite stairs here with an oak trapdoor on top of it, a towel here in the form of a white banner, and a chest here, and, well, that's pretty much it. We will then add a door, either in the middle or off to the side. I'm thinking just in the middle because it just makes sense to me. We will then clad the base of this with spruce trap doors, and then you will notice that we have 2 empty spaces. So my recommendation would be to, and again, this is so hard in such a tight space, we can clad this like so. Nope. There we go, and it's just a little bit more private this way. Alternatively, we could of course do something like move the sink here and have the toilet here with this in the middle, and then that would allow us to, well, glass wouldn't make sense, but we could add some green terracotta like this, and then that might look a little bit better. But of course you could, I guess if you don't mind not having privacy, you could have glass, but I'd probably just use green terracotta. So we do have the same result, but it's a little bit more cramped. So whichever way round you like it, I'll leave that up to you. This leads us onto the next carriage design, the dining car. So to begin, we will place a brown glazed terracotta here along this side of the train, and in front of it, a spruce stair, spruce fence, opposite faced spruce stair, brown glazed terracotta, spruce stair, spruce fence, spruce stair, terracotta, stair, fence, stair, terracotta. Just like this. On top of every fence, we will place a brown carpet, and on top of every terracotta, we will place a pot with a fern inside of it. We then want to place lanterns hovering above each one of the 3 tables. Next, we are going to do the exact same thing on this side. So we will just literally repeat exactly what we have done. And with that complete, we are simply just going to add a row of green carpet up the centre of the carriage, and there we go. Now, finally, we are moving on to the entertainment car. So, to start off, we are going to place a sideways facing mangrove stair in this position. Next to it, another mangrove stair, then a magenta terracotta, mangrove stair, and then a sideways stair. We will place a flower pot on top of the terracotta with azure bluettes inside of it. We will then place an end rod here and here with polished blackstone pressure plates on top. We then leave a gap of 1 from this and place 2 looms like this, dark oak trapdoors flipped up behind the looms, and dark oak trapdoors flipped up either side of the loom. We then place spruce slabs in front of this. We then want to leave a rose gap and then place 3 barrels, just like this. On top of the barrels, a flower pot, brewing stand, and some green candles. We then want to place a dark oak trapdoor in this position like so, and 3 more in this position. We then place a lantern here at this end of the train and here on the opposite end of the train. You can add curtains to the windows by placing red banners here, here, and maybe even possibly here. Maybe here as well, not there, and not there either, but next to here you definitely can, or maybe we'll just keep it in between the actual chairs themselves. We could even apply them to the entire side of the carriage if we wanted to make it look a little bit fancier. An alternate idea to the red banners is to just have a bunch of paintings just in between all of the windows as we go down, but that might be a little bit much, or it might not be. It's kind of a personal choice. Another personal choice is whether or not you would like to remove all of the oak planks for the base of the carriage and replace them with brown wool. So brown wool looks better inside of the car, but if we take a look outside, you can see it from the outside as well. So it's kind of a up to you sort of situation. Does it bother you to see that on the outside? Does it not? I personally think that it makes the inside of the car look really cool, so I don't care that much, but you might. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is each part of the sleeper train 100% fully completed, all 3 carriages and the train itself. However, this tutorial is not over. We must now add our train into our city. Now, this may be ever so slightly anticlimactic, as if you know where I placed the train station in the previous episode, you probably guessed that the sleeper train is going with the train station, and you would be correct. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, please check the description below for the mini city builds playlist. We have over 100 builds in there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, the sidebar, hopefully the next upcoming video, YouTube, or just check the channel. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design wheel containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered. Java edition only. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.